This video may contain offensive language or be frightening to some viewers. Viewer discretion is recommended. Never invited. Chapter 1. The last to join the club, the last to be cared for, the last to be considered. That's me. The one in the corner with a picture book and a bitchy attitude because nobody bothers to actually care. The small girl who sometimes has tears in the corner of her eyes. The uptight thing with an attitude that turns people off. The one that nobody bothers to talk to because the person they approach always seems to come off as too mean, too defensive, or too sensitive. At first, I joined this dumb literature club hoping it was a place where I'm not shut down, or maybe even a place where I can make some friends. It was exactly what I hoped it was too. Well, at least in the beginning. Everyone in this small group was inviting. Monica, the leader, with her leadership and welcoming personality, had accepted me into the club without hesitation. I was surprised there were only 3 members besides me, but I guessed that would help us grow closer. Sayori and Yuri were both friendly as ever, despite Yuri not exactly being the outgoing type. After a while, I think I got too defensive with my 3 classmates. I would often cause pointless arguments over something simple like how the other person writes their poems, or how they did their hair, etc. They would still talk to me though. I was still included, until Sayori brought another member, a boy she's known since she was a little kid, Nathan. Ever since Nathan started coming to the club, all the others have been almost fawning over him. They always seem to be asking about him. I guess I understand it, for the first week or so, but for almost a month? Even during the festival preps, they were fighting over who got to work with him, even though he clearly stated he was out of town for that weekend. It's not like I'm jealous of how much love Nathan is getting. I just feel irrelevant. Nobody talks to me anymore. I arrive at club, and I read manga until it's time to leave. All the others do activities the whole time, and I try to join in, but it seems they just forgot about me. Am I too quiet? Or am I just not pushing enough? No, I'm not too quiet, and I am pushing enough. I guess I'm not very memorable. That isn't much of a surprise. Well, today is a new day, so let's go and try to talk to them. Again. I sigh and close my locker, slipping my backpack over my bony shoulder. I trudge through the familiar hallways, trying not to be the last to club once more. After avoiding my large, sweaty peers, I make it to club, and to my surprise, I was the first one there. Just as I was about to go to my usual corner, I stopped myself. No, that just makes it easier for them to ignore me. I waltz over to the desks and sit in one near the center. I set my bag on the desk, and on cue, the door opens. All 4 of my fellow club members walk in together. The symphony of their chatter filled my ears. I smiled. Hey guys. Yuri's attention shifted to me. Oh, hi. How's it going? I ask. Don't screw it up this time. Well, it's going well. How are you? I'm doing good. I shift in my seat. I'm glad. Yuri smiles faintly before her attention is stolen away by Monika. Yuri, look at this. She showed the tall girl something on her phone. Yuri chuckles slightly, and the 4 other members burst into a cacophony of speech. I can't follow everything that's happening at once. Whatever. I had a conversation, right? I seem dumb. I am a dummy. I slump in my seat and pull out a notebook, scribbling stick figures onto a half-filled page. Time goes by slowly, as usual, but eventually the time to leave does come. I was about to leave when I hear Sayuri call out, "Hey!" I turn around and see that despite my hopes, she wasn't talking to me. I see her run over to Monika and Nathan with a large smile on her face. You guys want to come hang out at my house again? Nathan shrugs while Monika grins. Yeah, we're gonna bring Yuri too, right? Of course, just gotta catch up to her before she leaves. Come on. Sayuri motions for them to follow her, and she runs out of the classroom. Nathan runs after her, but Monika hesitates. She glances at me briefly. Please, Monika, all I want to do is to come too. Please. Monika looks at the door and shrugs, running to it. She jogs out of the room and slams the door behind her harshly. I'm a dumbass. Why do I think I can actually change what they think of me? I'll always be that girl in the corner who nobody thinks to ask how her day went. The girl who is overly defensive to everybody. The girl who is never invited. Natsuki Mori. The plate. Imagine a plate dropping on the floor. It's broken, but the pieces are easy to fit back together with some glue. The same plate is dropped again. Not only the glued pieces, now there are smaller pieces, and this time it takes longer after picking up each piece, fitting it back into place. Not long after, the plate is dropped again. There are a lot more pieces, even smaller than before. Some pieces need to be thrown away, some are chipped. After a long and tiring process, the plate is put back. Well, kind of. It will never look or feel the same. It now has rough edges and pieces missing. Again, not long after this, yup, you guessed it, the plate is dropped. The floor is covered in hundreds of pieces. Is it worth picking up and putting back together? It is decided, yup, it can be fixed. It takes over 1 month, but with lots of glue and some paint, the plate seems to be restored. It will just need to be handled with a lot more care and definitely not dropped again. Not even 1 full year goes by when the plate is taken away to a different house. It is continuously dropped on the floor, but surprisingly, the plate does not break. The glue and paint have worked. So you think. The plate remains unused until the next year, where it is being used for an important event. There are doubts about its use, judgments from other people even. They advise that the plate is not good enough and cannot do the job. The plate is used despite the doubt and lack of confidence. Not long after the party has begun, pieces of glass are found on the table, on the floor, pieces from the plate. It was not dropped this time. It fell apart on its own, slowly but surely. Before the end of the night, millions of pieces of the plate lay scattered on the floor, all over the place. This time, there is no hope of putting it back together, even if attempted. 90% is thrown away. The other 10%, a small, rough piece, is kept for some reason. It is not useful at all. When some pick it up out of curiosity, they are cut and hurt by it. Others avoid it completely or try to throw it away. The piece of plate is now dangerous. It now has the capacity to kill a person, so it is monitored to ensure nobody is hurt. There is talk of the piece being fixed, made into something else, but it doesn't fit anywhere. It is useless. When the cameras came back on, I checked everywhere for the animatronics. Freddy was still on stage, thankfully, but Bonnie and Chica were gone. The curtain in Pirate Cove was also halfway up, but that wasn't my main concern right now.